MotorTrend Car of the Year 2022, it's amazing how well it went given the restrictions that we've all dealt with for the past 18 plus months. Trying to do what we do and do it the best that we can is really kind of a sight to behold.
Obviously the supply line disruptions and COVID and the fact that Americans are buying more pickups and SUVs plays into that a bit. It actually just made for less vehicles to test, but also more time to go through each vehicle more thoroughly.
We had a few new judges we had to integrate into the process.
It was incredible. There was a lot of really cool cars there, a lot of great judges. It was just really cool to see the process.
The judges are a mix of various MotorTrend editors, literally from around the nation.
The 2022 MotorTrend Car of the Year field was super diverse this year, 25 total models.
There was some real innovation in the field, and what struck me the most was that we had both a lot of manual transmission cars as well as a lot of electric cars. And obviously we expect electric cars as the future of our industry. I didn't expect to be driving as many manuals in the competition year 2022.
Hyundai's California Proving Ground is a massively impressive facility and just a plain massive facility.
We put the cars through a lot, but it's only our representation of how we think people will drive these in the real world.
We keep our 6 criteria in mind and we evaluate each vehicle the same way on every single surface. Surfaces we primarily use at Hyundai's Proving Grounds are the winding track, the oval, straight line stability, special surfaces, and the VDA.
It's great to have unfettered access to such a variety of conditions to put the cars through. A massive multi-mile long oval track, we use a portion of that for high speed stuff, checking sound levels, basic ride quality, stability at speed, a rough road section that is constructed using different rough surfaces. That combined with the oval, combined with a vehicle dynamics area where you can set up a skid pad, in our case a figure 8 course, and then the winding road section, which is something approximating the speed limit. It resembles a windy country road, but you can also sort of treat it a little bit like a race course, like a handling course, and really push the cars to the limit, getting close to their absolute capabilities.
But we're not just testing how these cars drive, there's so much more. There's how does the infotainment technology work? How does the digital instrument cluster work? Is it flexible? There's just a lot that goes into it beyond just how the cars drive.
There's virtually no situation, dynamically or subjectively, that the MotorTrend team doesn't put each and every vehicle through to get to the absolute bottom of what truly is the best car and the car of the year.
I found the contender discussion to be more heated and passionate than the finalist discussion, because by that point we had so exhaustively tested these cars.
It was all very civil. I know there was really not any heated opinions, there was passionate opinions. So we had a bunch of different voices. We didn't have any design-focused people. I know Chris called himself a very frustrated car designer.
He's one of the men behind the Dodge Viper and Ford GT and the S197 Mustang. Always cool to have him there.
There was no shortage of things to discuss, to analyze, and certainly in classic MotorTrend fashion, to argue about.
The finalists for our 2022 Car of the Year were the Lucid Air, the Porsche Taycan, the Mercedes EQS, the Mercedes-Benz S-Class, the Honda Civic, the Hyundai Elantra, and the Toyota GR86.
Narrowing it down a field of 25 cars down to one car, I mean that's a huge challenge, and there's a lot of thought that goes into it.
This year, I think it speaks to the clarity that everybody had and the quality that was delivered by the finalists. Overall, I think everybody was pretty much on board for the most part with what we brought along, what advanced to the finals, and what ultimately became the 2022 MotorTrend Car of the Year.
And our 2022
MotorTrend Car of the Year
is
the Lucid Air.
Lucid Air is our car of the year, primarily because it is the future of the luxury car. It pays homage to the past while forging a new path for the segment. It's such a unique, well-engineered vehicle.
The Lucid Air definitely offers advancement in design, especially when you consider a holistic definition of design. We're not just talking exterior styling here, we're talking about the interior, both in terms of design and how it makes you feel.
What strikes me in terms of engineering excellence, you've got to talk about the powertrain or the battery pack. That's really pretty similar to the larger batteries that are available in other electric vehicles. The difference is Lucid has figured out a way to maximize efficiency out of its battery pack, and you're getting this 520 mile range, whereas other vehicles in the space are 100 or more miles less than that. That, more than anything, is the definition of engineering excellence.
I mean, the whole point of a luxury car is to swaddle its occupants in luxury and comfort and think for you. Leagues ahead of the competition in what a luxury car is and what it should be.
Value is a tricky one for the Lucid Air, but it absolutely delivers. It's a little more difficult to consider a car that is mostly over $100,000 in most trims to be a good value, but you've got to remember that this is a luxury car and you need to crave them. You need to really want them, and the Lucid absolutely delivers there.
The Lucid is, I believe, incredibly efficient. It is the first, but I believe the Lucid family is to be certified by the EPA for 500-mile range. Efficiency, engineering, and design all kind of go together, because without thoughtful design, especially with aerodynamics, the efficiency suffers. And same goes for engineering. Bits and bobs of technology that's scattered around the whole car that really just their whole entire goal is to cut down on wasted, expensive energy.
The Lucid Air has not yet been tested by the IIHS or NHTSA, but it does offer a full suite of active safety tech, and it's engineered by the same folks who did the Tesla Model S, another car that aced safety tests when it first arrived.
The Lucid is just a seriously impressive car. It's a cohesive product. It feels like a really dedicated team of engineers and designers that are working on this thing day in and day out for years on end. The most telling thing to me was how far ahead of some traditional established automakers the Lucid Air is, and how some of the big names in the space should be worried.
Ultimately, the Lucid's combination of design, quality materials, a luxury space to ride in, to drive in, and to enjoy whatever you're doing when you're inside the car, and absolutely the technology and the efficiency are what make the Lucid Air MotorTrend's 2022 Car of the Year.